Wrestling is not a love story. It's much more. It's hope. A great man once said that.
I want to be just like my dad. I wanted to be in the WWE.
Wrestling was his life. That was his art.
Yowie, wowie, you found me!
It was like this whirlwind of ideas at all times.
Do I have your attention now?
The dad he was the best at it.
Bray Wyatt was chaos, the ultimate villain. We cried together, we laughed together.
When the lights went out, 100,000 people had their phones up.
Hurts the most that I never got to tell him how much she meant to me.
I'm here. You're here. We're all here.
What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Izzy Reacts. And on today's episode, I'm going to be talking about the riveting documentary Becoming Immortal, the Bray Wyatt story, man. So for those of you who don't know, Bray was a professional wrestler in the WWE, and he tragically passed away on August 23rd of last year due to a heart attack caused from COVID. And you know, those who knew Bray and had the opportunity to meet him would tell you, and I'm gonna share my story here in a second, that he was just one of the kindest human beings in the ring, you know, outside of the ring, I should say. Totally menacing in the ring, but and will scare the crap out of you, and just a once in a lifetime performer. And he made you believe that everything that he was saying was real, and you know, you don't get that a lot in wrestling. And one of the things that I always tell the people that I mentor when I talk about the business of pro wrestling is, you know, you've got to believe, because if you don't believe, the audience doesn't believe, and if the audience doesn't believe, nothing that you do in that ring is gonna matter. And Bray exemplified that. So a quick little story about my interaction with Bray Wyatt. I actually, you know, got the chance to meet him during SummerSlam weekend a couple of years ago. I don't remember what year it was. Might have been 2016. I don't remember, but I know it was at a meet and greet at the Barclays Center, man. And you know, he saw me, and I told him what a big fan of his I was, because, like I said, his promos and his in-ring work were so captivating. He was just ahead of his time, you know, as far as ideas go and as a performer. But you know, I told him what a big fan I was, and you know, at these meet and greets, you know, you meet the wrestler, you kind of take a picture with them, and then, you know, that's pretty much it. You don't really get to say much. But you know, Bray actually took the time to during his meet and greets to sit and interact with every fan, you know, whether it was just a quick hi or whatever. But you know, I got to speak to him for, you know, 5 minutes, and you know, there was a line behind me, but you know, Bray didn't care, and that was, you know, him. He made you feel like, even though there was a line of maybe 200 to 300 people that day, because Bray was definitely a popular superstar, he made you feel like you were the only one in the room. And just like I said, his heart is so, his smile was infectious. You know, his laugh. I'll never forget meeting him, man. And you know, when he passed, his death hit me hard, man. Because I remembered, you know, meeting him, and you know, that all came back to me, man. And in this documentary, it shows, man. You know, everybody that has shared the ring with him, from Seth Rollins to John Cena to Braun Strowman to Luke Harper, Jonathan Huber, you know, who also passed away, but is in this in this documentary prominently via a series of unreleased interviews, just talking about Bray. And then you got Triple H and just his family, you know, his sister Mika, and you know, his wife JoJo, and his dad, Mike Rotunda, IRS, his brother Taylor, aka Bo Dallas, you know, his mother Stephanie, his kids are in the documentary, his makeup artist Jay and friend Jason is in the documentary, and they talked about, you know, collaborating on stuff together, and it's just an amazing documentary. And then you see how invested Bray was in his character, and you know, you hear stories and you hear interviews and you see footage of him and his brother, you know, breaking into the business together, and then, you know, ultimately going their separate ways, but then reuniting, and then, you know, his tragic passing, this year. And it's just a wonderful documentary. And if you're an easy crier, I suggest you get your tissues out, because you're definitely gonna need them for this one. Even if you don't know Bray Wyatt, the performer, you'll get to know him as a person, and he was just a beautiful soul, man, who left an indelible mark on the industry, and I'll certainly never forget him. And I know those who have shared a locker room, and just his family and his kids will never forget him. And he has a beautiful family. Man, I got a little more emotional watching this one, and the documentary is narrated by the Mark Calloway, aka The Undertaker, and who you know, got to work close to Bray. They had a matchup at WrestleMania 31, and Undertaker has nothing but praise to shower Bray with, and man, it's just an emotional documentary, and it's one of the best pieces WWE has done in a while. But yeah, man, watch it. Watch Becoming Immortal, the Bray Wyatt story. It's available now on Peacock if you haven't seen it. The streaming service Peacock. Definitely check it out. If you're not a wrestling fan, if you are a wrestling fan, you're gonna love it. And even if you're not a wrestling fan, if you check it out, I'm pretty sure you're gonna love it, because it's just the story of a man who overcame the odds, and you know, went on to captivate a generation. Anyway, that is gonna do it for this episode of Izzy Reacts, man. Like, subscribe, share. Don't forget to hit that notification button so you don't miss a video. And I, of course, will see you guys in the next one. Peace.